Apple just dropped this huge iPadOS software update, iPadOS 26, and this basically saves the iPad. Look, a lot of people, including myself, have wanted Apple to make iPadOS closer to macOS, but still have its own unique identity, and I think Apple did a really good job with that here. First, it has a brand new design, just like iOS 26, with a more fluid, glass-inspired user interface that I think looks really sleek, and I'm a fan. But the biggest update is multitasking. So now you can have more windows open. It's much easier to manage these windows, move them around. There's expose just like on Mac, there's tiling, as well as these Mac style window controls, which just makes things a lot easier to use and more familiar if you're coming from a Mac. There's also a menu bar at the very top of the screen now, just like on macOS, and I definitely have been wanting a feature like this. Next is a brand new, much more traditional cursor if you're using it with a Magic Keyboard or mouse. There's also an updated Files app which shows more information. It's much better designed, and you can also have folders in this Files app as well, which are customizable, and you can also now put folders in the dock on the iPad, just like in macOS. There's also the new Preview app, just like on Mac, where you can edit documents, sign PDFs, do all those sort of things. Great to have this on the iPad. And for those intensive iPad users, there's now background tasks. So basically, if you're editing a video in Final Cut Pro or a 3D file in Shaper 3D, for example, if you leave the app, it still continues rendering in the background, and there's this live activity widget at the top of your screen, which shows you the progress. This is a massive update for the iPad to make it just much easier to use, better to use, and closer to a Mac while still being a separate entity. And personally, as a big fan of the iPad and a consistent iPad user since pretty much day one, I'm really excited about this update.